Welcome back to AI in 5. I'm your host, Simon Chris. Joining me today is Tony Carne. Now, Tony is the founder of a great podcast called Everything AI in Travel. He's got extensive experience in the travel industry, and today that's exactly what we're going to be chatting about. Hi, Tony. Thanks for joining us on AI in 5.
Thanks very much for having me on the show, Simon. Really good to be here.
Yeah, no problem. Look, we're going to jump right in. We've only got 5 minutes. I know you and I share two passions, which is both AI and travel. Having worked for an airline before, I'm really passionate about this. So I'd love to understand how you're seeing the travel industry really grabbing onto AI.
Yeah, for sure. So my background is 20 years in travel at the operational end, and when ChatGPT came out, I just saw so many opportunities for bottlenecks and blockages that I'd experienced in my own operations in travel, and I started a newsletter, Everything AI in Travel, and from there I've evaluated over 600 different things that different people at all parts of the travel industry are doing. So stuff from training people in airline staff to customer service through to marketing. And I guess one of the big ones is around travel planning. And that's one that, OpenAI and Google and Meta, they all seem to focus on as kind of a natural decision tree process that everyone has to go through.
Play that out for us really quick. How would that work?
Yeah, for sure. So most people have gone for a chatbot interface who are trying to solve this problem. So people can just come in and use natural language to say, hey, this is where I'm thinking of going. Tell me all about it. Build me an itinerary. And ChatGPT will do that for you, and you'll get a 70% decent result back. And we've got a lot of companies in travel that are trying to bridge that other 30% by bringing in other data sources to make the information more correct and more usable for the traveler as they go through that journey.
Yeah, is there anybody that you see that's really winning in this space, or who's leading?
Certainly early days, but I think the favorite at the moment would be a company called Mindtrip AI. So great founding team, have had success before in other verticals, have raised some money, have built a beautiful product. So go and check it out for yourself on mindtrip.ai and see how it works for travel planning for your next trip maybe. But one of the great things they do is they allow you to start from any point. So you can see something on Instagram and you just take that link and drop it in there and it will start to build you the itinerary from that. So they've made it super easy to get going, and the information has some RAG behind it to make sure that it's verified and correct info.
Yeah, okay. So, and that's kind of from the consumer end. What about from the operational end? Are you seeing any of the airlines, cruise lines, rail lines, whatever, big hotel chains starting to utilize AI and to enhance their product suite?
To be honest, this is where all the action is happening. There's actually little happening at the consumer end apart from the trip planning. So, if you're a buyer of travel, you're probably not seeing a lot of it beyond chatbots, which we're seeing being ubiquitous basically across all industries, because that's the hand in glove fit for generative AI to solve customer service problems. But a lot of it's happening in the back end and you're not really seeing it. So as I said, stuff around training airline staff, which is a repetitive process, high turnover, but also critical to make sure that particularly the crews on the planes have the knowledge. They can simulate stuff. They can get feedback from AI bots on how they've reacted in a situation in a live environment. In hotels, we're seeing devices in hotels where rather than walking down to reception to ask a question, you can just use a in-room device to ask those questions and get equally, if not better, answers.
Yeah, okay. And I'd welcome your opinion on this. Is one of the other things that I'm kind of seeing in travel is just this people's desire for mass personalization and the individualization, right? So I want to get on a plane, and because I'm a frequent flyer with you, I want you to tell me what movie I was halfway through before and start playing that again. Are we seeing any kind of moves in that direction?
We're hearing a lot of people talk about it, but in terms of actual seeing the results, not yet. And I think it's got a lot to do with the way the current data is structured and how it can interface with AI. So everybody's got a CRM that not many people know how to use very well. And so the data might be there, but it's going to need to be cleaned up to work in that way. Or we can reset and start again. and work out, how we're going to personalize at the front end with the consumer. And the simplest way with AI is just to ask the person in the moment. And that's the beauty of a natural language interface. Just ask the question, get the answer, and then match it to the supply data or whatever it is that you're looking for at the other end. I think we're going to see some big shifts move that way.
I could see the travel industry too being a spawner of people accepting AI communication. And what I mean by that is, right now, if you got a call from an AI bot or an AI powered thing, you'd know it was a bot, you'd hang up, blah, blah, blah. However, if that call was, your flight is going to be disrupted or your ship is going to be disrupted, and I've got 4 other options for you right now, instead of having to wait and do those in buckets of 30 because we've only got 30 people that can do those calls, to have an AI outbound to 380 clients simultaneously means that they're all getting rebooked earlier and quicker. Is that a fair assumption, you think, that will happen?
Already happening. So United already have a product in market that is doing that. So it's contacting their customers on any delay and offering at least the next step for them to rebook, look at an option, etc. So it doesn't, you still got to go through the chain yourself, make those selections yourself. It's not doing it absolutely instantly, but we're definitely on our way to that as we speak.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, it's been an awesome AI in 5. Before you go, though, I always ask everybody for their one top tip for someone that's just starting out in AI, other than subscribing to your podcast. What tip would you give them?
For sure. What I'm seeing, the difference between success and failure is whether the leader is the cheerleader. So in companies where the CEO or the founder is the one pushing the AI message, those are the ones that are getting the advancement. Where it's being kind of handed off down 17 departments for somebody else to figure out, it's not working so well. It's as much of a technology revolution, it needs to be a change management thing. So if you are interested in having success with AI in your business and you're the leader of your business, you need to be the cheerleader for AI in your business.
Awesome advice, Tony. Thanks again for joining us on AI in 5.
Pleasure. Thanks, Simon.